You're listening to the three angels' voices, for the time is at hand.
Revelation 14 verse 6 to 10. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, and kindred, and tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him. For the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven, and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb.
Is Sunday worship an abomination or idolatry in God's eyes?
Family, I'm glad you're back. In our last podcast of the three angels' voices, number 5, we saw that the mark of the beast will be an enforced sun, S-U-N, day law. In this podcast, number 6, we'll let the Bible tell us what God says about Sunday worship. But please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. To recap, the 4 players of this prophecy are: number 1, God; number 2, pagan Rome; number 3, papacy or papal Rome; number 4, American apostate Protestants, which are Christians who have departed from God's truth. We saw that in Revelation 14:6 to 10, the second angel essentially is telling us to worship the creator of the universe, specifically stating to worship God who created the heaven, the sea, and the fountains of water. It's clear that there is a distinction to be made for the end times. And by the way, these messages were written for the last generation, and now is the end time. The times predicted by Jesus Christ in Matthew 24, as Jesus himself says in Matthew 24:4, take heed that no man deceives you. In Matthew 24:24, he says, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets. They shall shew great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. The deception is about worship. A worship that is contrary to what God has ordained. The sun, S-U-N, day worship. The Bible tells us in Ezekiel 8:14-15, he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was towards the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz. This Tammuz is known as a sun, god of spring and vegetation. Remember this. We'll come back to it at the end of this podcast. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again. Thou shalt see greater abomination than these. He brought me to the court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were 20 men with their backs towards the temple of the Lord, and their faces towards the east, and they worship the sun, S-U-N, towards the east. It continues in Ezekiel 8:15. Is it a light thing that they commit the abomination? You see, Sunday worship is an abomination, an idolatry even in the eyes of God. How, you said? How, you ask? Deuteronomy 17:3 says, for that is an abomination unto the Lord thy God, if there be found among you within any of thy gates men or women that have gone and served other gods and worship them, either the sun, S-U-N, or the moon, or any host of heaven, which I have not commanded. It's clear God sees sun, S-U-N, day worship as an abomination, idolatry, idols worship. As we all know, the first sun S-U-N, day worship law was established by Emperor Constantine in honor of the Roman pagan sun, S-U-N, god, Mithra. And currently, there is a push around the world to revive that same law, Sunday law. Also, there is a push around the world for a Sunday rest, for climate, for the earth rest, for environmental rest, for workers, etc. They are all merging together. The push will be for a universal Sunday rest or law. And that push is happening right now around the world. Once that law is passed and enforced, will the elect be deceived to think that is actually the Lord's day? Our Lord Jesus Christ, the same who said, "Do not be deceived." The fact is, God regards Sunday worship as an abomination, an idolatry, idols worship. For God has sanctified the seventh day of the week as a day of rest for all of humanity. That has not changed, and Jesus himself did not change that. So, how did this pagan worship day become a Christian day? Sunday rest, that is. First, we must find out who is this Babylon mentioned in the second angel's message and how it connects to the mark of the beast. So, in our next podcast, number 7, we'll look to the Bible to find out who is this Babylon in the current Babylon. Who is this Babylonian empire? Join us next time. God bless you.
Sweet promises given to all who believe. Behold, I come quickly, my goal to receive.